I get pretty bad body dysmorphia at times, so I always have to like check like, oh, really? Do I actually look okay? Do I look fat and you're just making fun of me? Like really typical suffering from female socialization over here. So here's a video that just came out about the Florida situation. So with the Florida situation, at some point, I guess Vivek Ramaswamy came on to talk about CNN was interviewing Vivek to ask him, I guess, some questions about his take on this, but also other situations that have come up in the past or more recently. As a result, Vaush had some opinions about what Ayanna Pressley had to say, and I consulted with the blacks, and the blacks say, they say that chief. So I, as the representative of the blacks, would like to speak to you a little bit, because I agree. I think this might not be it, chief.
This ain't it, Chief!
Basically, I only wanted to look at like specifically a particular section of the video. Yeah, I'm just going to pull it up on my phone to be able to interact directly with YouTube comments, because I don't want anyone to think that I just prefer my Twitch chatters more. Okay, so let's move over to the Vaush zone.
The next generation in particular is so starved for that, starved for commonality.
You took issue with comments from Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley. She reportedly said, quote, "We don't need any more brown faces that don't want to be a brown voice. About
That's an incredibly stupid thing to say, by the way. That's unironically racist. Let me.
Why? On what basis? How is it racist? That's my question starting off. How? Where? Why? Whom?
About that, you said, these are the words of the modern grand wizards of the modern KKK.
So that's obviously a stupid and crafted, bit of deliberate hyperbole. However,
I don't even see it as hyperbole. I mean, it is obviously a hyperbolization, but it's not only is it hyperbole of a correct statement, it's hyperbole of an incorrect statement. I think people are just kind of saying intentionally inflammatory things just for the sake of saying intentionally inflammatory things. Also, it's inflammatory, incorrect, and hyperbolization. I don't think at any point it was platform of the KKK saying that all colored, racialized people should have certain goals towards demarginalization. And like, yeah, like since when is that something that the KKK ever advocated for? KKK members love people of color that want to work towards a more divided racial structure. Like, KKK members are in love with black separatists. So, I don't think Vivek knows what the fuck he's talking about. But also, I see it all as a giant grift. I don't take him seriously in any way, shape, or form. Now, does it matter? No, I mean, I don't think he's like, a plant or anything. Like, he's gonna get, if he were to get elected, though he's not, he's gonna hop in, first day in the office, he's gonna be like, just kidding, healthcare's free, get affirmative action back on side of school choice. Like, but, yeah, so grifting doesn't really matter. I mean, if he's in a racial abolitionist kind of mood, like that's pretty rad. But I know that's not what he means, and I think basically like the time that he takes up on the stage is essentially used a lot of times to push narratives that don't do anything except for benefit capital, and sometimes can hurt marginalized people, especially like when he was talking about like, who cares, what about our border, yeah, like that kind of stuff. Having a black or brown person say, damn, you're so right, bestie, we are invading your country, we don't work hard enough, diversity is not even that important. It definitely, at least when it comes to discrediting social, like racial issues in the country, a black person or a brown person saying it's not even that tough, chief, like we just aren't working hard enough, definitely is important. Otherwise, it's people sitting there and having, oh, via my observation of Fox News and knowing one black guy, I know that. Whereas, a person of color saying that it's true, diversity is not that important. Like, it's like, while he must know what he's talking about, he's been a diverse person his entire life, man. Vivek, if he was not a person of color, a lot of stuff that he says would be basically background noise. It'd be like, another day, another dollar. But there is something significant about the fact that a marginalized person is saying the same stupid shit.
The idea that he is what he is but can't promote white supremacy is ridiculous.
It's not that he can't. All of us live within a system. All of us can potentially fall victim or make money off of the idea of white supremacy. But there is something strangely clash trader-ish, I guess.
Liberals play into this with this, well, brown people should have brown voices too, it's just very stupid. Very, very stupid thing to say.
It's not stupid. It's like saying, like, oh, black people, by definition, they don't need to be. But based off of historical precedents, black people overwhelmingly are Democrats. So it is going to be significant if a black person's Republican. It's going to be strange. His particular political leanings are significant. Like, they are going to end up causing people to, like, every once in a while, take notice and say, what the fuck? That's okay. They hate all of us.
On earth is she a modern?
Get to the heart of what this debate ought to be about. There is a worldview that says that the remedy to pass.
I actually agree with Vivek here. It's so frustrating. He's basically said, like, she's like, well, you said it was literally the words of the KKK Grand Wizard, so can you provide a historical document suggesting that what you said, she said, was literally like the... And he's saying, like, okay, well, let's talk about the spirit of what I said. And the spirit of what he said is correct, that it is racist. Oh, my God.
Vaush. It's not.
I hate liberals. Well, I don't like Dana Bush, okay, obviously.
Discrimination is present discrimination. That if you're black or brown, you have to have a particular point of view. That's from Ibram Kendi. That's from Ayanna Pressley, the people I quoted.
First of all, Kendi, pretty sure is just a person that, like, first use of words, intersectionality. I'll just say I don't know who they are for now.
In my speech yesterday.
But can
There's
you
a
have
different
an
view
intellectually
that I have,
honest
which says that regardless of who you are,
when you accuse
have to
her
be able
of
to have your own
being a
opinion.
grand wizard
Let's
of
have
the
the debate.
KKK? Can you have that intellectually
the
honest
point is-
discussion?
Sir, Mr. Fat...
I do think that, like, it is, yeah, like, they're really driving home a particular point that's, like, not important. Like, it is an institution that did structural violence, like, physical violence against black people. But, for example, if I'm passing legislation in my state that ends up doing redlining all over again and very much causes a slow segregation of school districts, that would be very much, if someone called me the Grand Wizard, the new Grand Wizard of the KKK, that would not be inaccurate or crazy to say. I might not be doing physical violence upon people, but nonetheless, I'm still being able to institute the types of things that an actual KKK member would very much like as a result of policy that I've passed. You don't need to do physical violence. She is essentially very much hung up on the whole burning crosses lynching aspect, when all of it was fear tactics to create white-only spaces. Any type of method that the end of the day, covertly or non-covertly, the purpose is to create white-only spaces all over again, is essentially the same as doing a KKK. You know how there were some people that during the 2020 election were, like, poll watching and were, like, kind of walking around the ballot boxes, kind of being a bit intimidating. I think some people were carrying guns, but I don't recall. If I were to say, oh, modern KKK tactics, it would not be... Anybody that has enough brain cells to rub together should be able to understand that what I'm referring to is, like, the whole idea of, intimidating voters, which was very much a tactic that has been done.
Be the ones who are better on race, but here she is literally tone policing him, and when he was making fun of a legitimately racist comment.
Agree with me on
All right,
this.
my conclusion is that I
Oh.
hate both of these people equally. Good luck to them in the Republican primaries. Controlled opposition, Jesus Christ. I'm not going through the comments. Absolutely not.